More happy homecomings tonight in Southwest Florida as crew members from the USS Saratoga return home. And for one Cape Coral family, the reunion has special meaning tonight. It brings an end to a 20-year military career.
The safe return of Navy officer Kenneth Simmons is the talk of this Cape Coral neighborhood tonight. His 20-year-old hitch has taken him from Vietnam to Iran and finally to Libya. Now he's coming home for good, returning yesterday on the USS Saratoga in Jacksonville. This Cape Coral family has too much experience making welcome home signs to let a little wind get in the way today, but they do plan to make this sign their last one.
Oh yes, this will be the last one because he is retiring after 20 years of service in the Navy.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, happy and anxious at the same time. I don't know what lies ahead.
What is behind Officer Simmons is a tour of duty on the USS Nimitz during the fall of the American Embassy in Iran. And the choppers used in the American rescue attempt there were dispatched from his aircraft carrier. More recently, Simmons crossed Gaddafi's line of death on board the USS Saratoga.
I'm scared inside, but then I just don't think about it.
And how about your kids? How do they handle it?
Oh, I don't know. They don't seem to worry about it. They were born, their daddy is already in the Navy, and just a way of life for them.
It's a way of life that changes tonight for the Simmons family when their sailor returns after 20 years, home now for good.
And we have some good news to report in the last few minutes. Kenneth Simmons did come home with his wife, joining his family in Cape Coral, and he's right now live with us. How does it feel to be home? Go ahead, sure.
Oh, okay. Hello, Pat?
Yes.
Okay.
How does it feel to be home tonight?
Hey, it feels super there.
Can you give some advice for some of the families of other boys in the area? I know there are a number of them still on the America, and with how volatile the situation has been, can you give some advice on how they could feel tonight and the kind of hope you could give them?
Well, I think everything's going to be all right. The advice that I would give is for the loved ones, the family, make sure they're writing letters often, because as after 4 ships, I realized that the biggest morale booster is letters from home there.
Ken, let me ask you a question. I know you can't talk about specifics about your duty and what happened over there, but what is the feeling among your comrades on board the ship while you were over there stationed on duty off the coast of Libya? What was the general feeling among the crew?
Well, the morale was real high, and I think the general feeling with Captain Unruh, the skipper, he was quite a motivator, that we're not sorry things turned out the way they did. Everybody's spirits was real high, and I think it's kind of concluded a great cruise for us there. And I believe yesterday, when on our homecoming, it was pretty well sealed right there that we got a mighty fine ship and a super crew on board Super Sarah.
Ken, on a personal note, what do you plan to do now?
What do I plan to do? I plan to do a lot of fishing and kind of kick back and do a little yard work. Looks like I need to after eight months there. Then I'm going to start looking for a job. I saved a few nickels and dimes along the way, so I can get by a little while without going to work immediately.
Well, Ken, welcome home. It's nice to have you back.
Hey,
Best of
thanks
luck
a lot,
to you.
Jim. Thanks a lot, Pat.
Well, for another group